It's Sarah, the socially awkward seller, and you know that I am. But anyway, I wanted to talk to you today about, are you leaving money on the table? And I'll tell you that it's something that I've been very, very guilty of, and let me explain why. I'm lazy. In some respects, I'm lazy. Like, I'm not a death pile person per se. I'll go ahead and work through those listings, and we're going to talk about death piles and some tactics that you can use to help work yourself through them tomorrow. But you know, I don't mind working through a death pile. That's fine. But I do get a little lazy when it comes to maximizing the potential that I could get as a return on an investment. And let me give you a couple of examples. The first one being this Roomba. So I bought this Roomba for $8. I had not listed it. It got put in the bottom of a tub that was covered with something else, and I didn't realize it was there. So I dug this out yesterday, and I left it on the charger, the docking station, all night so the battery would charge up, and it will not hold the charge. So I have two options. One of those being, I can sell this for parts and say, won't hold a charge. And I could probably sell it for about $35 plus shipping, which means that I'm going to make $22 on this. And that's an okay investment. I mean, that's a net profit, and that's an okay profit on this item. But if I'm not lazy, I can replace the battery in this and turn that $35 sale price into $125 sale price. And so I did the research. The battery for this is $20. So I went ahead and ordered it. So instead of having $7.99 in an item and selling it for $35, I'll have $27.99 in this item, and I'll sell it for $100 to $125. And hopefully the battery will fix all of the issues. If it doesn't, then I'll sell this for parts with the replacement battery and let them know that there's other items or other issues. Or I will sell that replacement battery for cost. The shipping was free. Or, this is not the first time I've run across this model, I'll hold that battery for the next one. So I'm not worried about that $20 because it has the potential to greatly increase the return on this. So in case you're looking this up, this is the 561, and I do have the virtual walls that go with this guy. So that's what makes that price 100, 125. They've gone as much as 147, I think, is what I recently saw, but that was shipped. So, of course, I'm not going to do free shipping. So that's the first example. Another example was I bought this vase was full of watches. And, you know, I bought this on a whim. It was $20. And I thought, you know, there could be the Rolex or the gold and jewel encrusted watch. There wasn't. And I really didn't have a high expectation that that was going to happen. But you know, it's treasure hunting, and I like to see if there's hidden treasure. I like to see if there's hidden treasure, you know, in the, I'm such a jerk for using air quotes all the time. I'm so sorry. But in, you know, these jewelry things and all of that. So, you know, I was a little bit bummed because there wasn't a ton of really good stuff. Everything that's in this now is basically no name or very low end, very, very low end, like fashion Target watches and that kind of stuff. So I was kind of bummed about that. But I was talking to a pal of mine today, and you know who you are, and she suggested that, why don't you just order some watch batteries? Open these up and see what kind of watch batteries they take, and order some watch batteries. And so I picked out some that would greatly increase their value, from basically pennies each to, you know, $15 ish each, if I were to repair them, if that was to add the batteries. So what I've done is I've ordered the watch kit, you know, the tools to open watches and to change batteries and to repair watch bands and things like that. And I only paid $7 for it, and I will have that tool. You know, it's an investment in my business, because I do buy watches sometimes, but that will be an investment. And once I get that, I'll be able to take all the watch backs off and see, you know, what batteries they take. You can buy these watch batteries on eBay for as little as $1 and change. So, so let's say I could get maybe 30 bucks for this, that big lot of watches. Well, what I've got here is a fashion watch. This one is a no name, but it's a really cool kind of subject matter. So I'm going to try and get 10 bucks for this watch. So now we're up to 40 bucks. And this watch goes for about $30 new. Try and get 15 out of it. So now we're up to 55. And this watch, this is a working sports line, heart monitor, lap timer watch. I think it Julienne's Fries, I'm not sure, but I think I might be able to get about 10 bucks for this. And this is actually already has a battery in it, and it's working. So what am I up to? 30, 40, 55, 65. This is a Tommy Hilfiger that is, you know, it's got a nice leather croc band. It's got Roman numerals. It's really kind of a cool watch. I'm going to try and get 20 bucks out of that one. So it puts us at 85. And then I've got a pair of Kenneth Cole watches. These are both really nice. Both leather bands. Nice, nice women's watches. I'm going to try and get about $15 a piece out of these. So now we're up about $100 for that. And then this, if you ever see this and don't know what it is, I'm here to tell you what it is. This is called, it's by Misfit, and this is called Shine. And it's actually an activity tracker. So when you're wearing this, it will like measure your sleep, and it will measure your activity, and it will give you a push, I think, an alarm if you need to get up and move around, kind of like the Fitbit does when it vibrates. I would sell this one, but the back is missing. I don't know if I can sell this for parts. It does work, but the back is missing on it. So, you know, I may look at selling this, but I don't expect to get anything for this. So this is going to cost me in the end maybe $35. I'm going to guess about $35 for this watches as an investment. Of course, those tools I can use in the future, but and I'll be able to return about $100 on it gross, whereas as a lot of watches, it probably would only be worth 40, maybe 50. So, you know, I'm willing to go ahead and invest a little more to bring the value of the watches up. And I just want to encourage you to do that. See if you can repair the item that you've bought that is not working. You can't always. I mean, I'm not an electronics technician. I'm not going to be taking, you know, vintage electronics apart and trying to repair them. That's not going to happen. But if it's just a rechargeable battery that might need to be replaced, does it make sense for you to look that up and replace it? It probably is a matter of, on the hard end, removing a couple of screws from the unit to get the battery out. On the easy end, it's just a cover that pops open. So don't leave money on the table. Another example of leaving money on the table, is not taking the time to part out certain items correctly. And I'm going to go to the desktop and show you a couple of examples of that. So hang in with me. Okay, so real quick, let's talk about just a couple of things that I sold today, because let me tell you, it was a long, dry weekend. I did not have one single sale on Friday or Saturday. No, take that back. Saturday or Sunday. And, you know, there's nothing you can do about it except keep working, and that's what I did. And today I have actually ended up with 4 really nice sales. So this first one is this Crate and Barrel bowls. They're called Kala, and I bought these in a thrift store for 99 cents each and sold those for $44.99, and I think they were only listed for about 1 week. So here is an example of an item that I parted out. So I bought this lot of film developing darkroom supplies that I didn't know the first thing about, and because that's just not in my wheelhouse at all. And I paid $15.99 for the entire lot because I saw one darkroom timer clock that was in there that I was able to look up and see that it would be profitable. And so I decided to part out everything that was in the tub that I could make some money on. And this sold today. It's only been listed for a few days. So again, I paid $15.99 for the entire tub of goodies, and this sold for $40 with free shipping. And this is a negative holder for the darkroom. And if you've ever seen movies where they're in the darkroom, you may have seen one of these. But anyway, I didn't know much about them. It took a little research, but it was worth the effort because this one item alone has made back my initial investment, and I've cleared a profit, and everything else that I sell will be a profit as well. So I bought this huge lot, this gigantic lot of Lego Friends, so they're the girl version, blocks, and the tub had minifigs in it and a lot of other things. So the tub wasn't gigantic. You know, it was probably, let's say, a 20 quart. No, I don't even think it was a 20 quart. The tub was roughly the size of this box. So not even that big, probably. But anyway, it ended up being about 13 pounds of Legos, and I had to make a decision how I wanted to repackage those Legos to get the maximum benefit. Now, the lazy part of me, and this is where my laziness comes in, is I just wanted to sort them basically into lots by pound. You know, I'm just going to sell these a pound at a time, and I'm not going to sort through them. I'm not going to pick out anything. I'm just going to do a pound at a time, which would have been fine. I would have turned my $30 investment into, let's say, $130, which is a decent return. However, I decided that it would be worth my time to go through these a little deeper. So I went in and I sorted them all by color. I sorted all the blocks by color. And I picked out all the people, the animals, and the accessories. And you're like, yeah, but that took a long time. It sure did. It took me several hours to do it. But I wasn't diverting time that I would spend on eBay to do this. This is something I did while I was sitting in front of the TV at night watching, you know, my normal shows. And I just would grab a handful at a time and sort through them. And it took me a few nights to do it. But again, I did not take any time away from working on my eBay business to do this. So these were listed about a week or so ago. And again, I paid $30 for the entire lot. Today, this lot sold. It's just a lot of minifigs with some accessories. There were a couple of random minifigs that were not Lego Friends. These are just regular minifigs. And then I did take the time to pick out all of these nurses' accessories as well. And it did take me a few extra minutes to do that, but I was able to sell this really small lot. Look at this, a really small lot for $34.99 plus shipping. I ended up with, I believe, 3 or 4 lots like this, and a lot of just animals, a lot of food that I've already sold for $34.99, and or somewhere around in there, I don't remember exactly, and all of the bulk blocks that I actually had sorted by color, and I did leave those sorted by color. The ADD part of me made me sort them all. So anyway, so this one sold today, and then a little later, this one sold today. So another $34.99. So I've already made over $100 on this $100 lot, and I still have tons of this stuff listed. Just to give you an example of what I have left. Let's just take a peek. I still have 5 lots of items listed, with the 10 pounds of bricks being listed for $74.99. I've got these base plates that are listed for $24.99. I did pick out all of these flowers and put them all together. I've got those listed for $13.99. And but you see what I'm doing here. I've got this listed for $39.99. It's got a couple of watchers on it. And so it was worth it for me, because I'm gonna triple what I would have, or at least 2.5 times what I would have made had I just sold them as bulk lots in a pound at a time. So anyway, I'm just asking that when you are making purchases like this, or you're buying things that end up being damaged, are you maximizing your return potential? So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up to you. Tomorrow I'm going to bring you a list of tips and tricks that you can use, methods that you can use to help reduce your death piles, because that is one of the biggest hurdles for folks that are already selling and have kind of gotten their groove as far as, I understand how eBay works and all of that. And I was able to pick some products to sell, but now I have all of these items, and I just have so many. So I'm going to talk about a few methods, a few tricks that you can use to get rid of your death piles, because I just say no to death piles. I refuse to do it. I will work through getting these items that I did buy some stuff today. And I'll work through getting that listed. But, I'm not going to have a bunch of stuff just sitting around, because I have paid my hard-earned money for those items, and they're not making me anything if they're sitting in a pile on the floor. So that being said, just remember that the dream works when you do. So keep dreaming and keep working, and I'll see you the next time. So I got it. You have a particular set of skills. You will find me, and you will kill me. I told you to stop calling me here, Liam. Oh, hi. In case you can't get enough me, which, trust me, some of the people around here can get enough me, I do have a Facebook group that I would really like for you to join. It's in the link, it's in the description below. Also, you can find my Instagram there, also in the description below. And you see that subscribe button? It's not up there. It's up there. Feel free to click on that subscribe button and hit the little bell. It'll tell you when I upload a video. All right, I've been obnoxious enough for one day. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you being here.